So the referees just decided to eject Nikola Jokic in Game 4 of the series between the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets. I had the game on over there on the TV. I just have the volume down right now. And when you watch the replay, I mean, this is clearly a frustration foul by Jokic. He comes over, and that's not a play you would expect someone, even an MVP like him, to make, to go over and try to get that steal. It's just something you would not expect from someone that large against a smaller guard. So 9 times out of 10, you're not getting that steal anyways. Or maybe even 9.5 times out of 10, you're not getting that steal. So it's very odd for him to go and try that. It's clearly a little bit of a, I don't want to say an aggression foul, but he's upset, obviously. He's been thrown off his game. He's frustrated. And he goes over, he winds up, and he comes in, his hand gets all ball. His hand gets the ball entirely, which is why I think some fans were upset. Even I had a friend who was texting me in a group chat a couple minutes after this happened, asking why he was ejected because he thought he got all ball. The issue is you don't have to watch the hand. Watch his forearm. His forearm comes down across Payne's face and basically scrapes down from his nose all the way down his face like that. And that's where the foul is. You're seeing him basically wind up and come down, kind of hack down a little bit, and that forearm comes right down across Payne's face, which is why he was on the ground for so long. And that does sting, especially when you get your nose hit like that. That stings a lot. That can sting. That can get you to eyes to water and all kinds of stuff. So, was I surprised he was ejected? Yeah, I was really surprised he was ejected because this is an elimination game. It's the MVP of the league. And you would think that while this series certainly has not lived up to what you had hoped it would be, it's still a competitive game at this point. We're at the point of the foul. It's still the league MVP. And the Nuggets are still a team that's been competitive the past couple of years and have a decently deep roster, even though they're missing Jamal Murray. So I was very surprised they actually made this call because, like I said, I mean, yes, it certainly was a foul. Don't get me wrong. It certainly was going to be a foul. You're going to get a lot from that. It certainly should have been a flagrant foul. But to toss him from the game, I mean, it's not even the end of the third quarter yet. And now Phoenix has pulled away and they have the largest lead of the game. But to throw him out that early in the game, I don't understand teeing up Booker either, to be honest, because I think that's just normal. This is just normal response to your teammate getting hacked like that. I don't think you can tee up Booker in that situation. I don't think you can blame him whatsoever for what he did. So I wouldn't have teed up Book there. I don't think I would have thrown Jokic out. Now, granted, you have to play it by the rule book. You have to play it black and white, even though it's somewhat of a judgment call by the refs there to determine whether it's going to be a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. I think they're calling it a flagrant 2 because of the windup. They're saying there was some kind of purpose behind it. They're purposely trying to be extremely aggressive there. There was a level of aggression there that was not necessarily needed in that kind of play. And because he made contact like that, and yes, it was an accident, probably. Yes, it was an accident, but that doesn't make it okay. I mean, you can slide under a guy's foot, he can come down on it and break his ankle. It doesn't mean it's an okay play for you to come up underneath him if your momentum did it to you accidentally. So, I don't know. I wouldn't have thrown him out. I don't like the referees necessarily making calls that basically decide the outcome of the game in a situation like this. Now, Denver could win this game and make me look like a fool, but I don't think it would be a stretch by any means to say that, now that Jokic is gone, it's probably Phoenix's game to lose, and you would expect the Phoenix Suns to wind up here sweeping the Denver Nuggets. So I don't like it. I just don't. I understand why it happened. It certainly should have been a flagrant foul, and you'll agree with me. You watch the video back, but I just can't. You're throwing out the league MVP, man. It's not even the end of the third quarter. It's a playoff game. It's an elimination game for Denver. This basically ends their season. So I can understand the frustrations of the fans in Denver. It's clearly a flagrant foul. You can't argue with the call of it being a flagrant, but throwing the guy out, man. Come on. This is what we want. We want this kind of tension. We want to see these great players play. It sucks. I mean, there's no better way to put it. And it's not like we can change anything. It's not like complaining will do anything about it. But I don't know. He lost his cool for one moment, and Jokic is a guy who, at least in the games I've seen, doesn't tend to lose his cool in that level of manner, but he loses his cool here for one moment, and that's potentially his team's season right there. So I don't love the call of being a flagrant 2. Certainly should have been a flagrant 1 at least, but throwing it out is just tough to stomach, especially when you just love watching basketball, and now you take kind of all the momentum and all the energy out of the stadium, out of the fans, and out of the last quarter of this game.